hell no. Fit for the kingdom, ain't no way that he gon' fail, y'all. Training up his kids, ain't no way we gon' derail, y'all. Devil making war with the saints, man, he smell, y'all. We gon' go to war about these commandments to the end. Take my fault.
He said we're going to go to war about these commandments. We're about to get started. Tune in. Everybody tune in. We're about to get started.
Word, this ain't no game, this ain't pretend. Messiah coming back, we study yelling, I repent. The man is on the corner, probably blowing out the wing. Ain't no other way to get protected but the blood. I'ma put your mercy and your grace around us. Keeping these commandments, cause we know that's real love. Building up this heart, cause you send it out of flow. What you see is hand upon this land, it's time to leave. Sodom and Gomorrah out of order, time to flee.
Come on, man, it's Friday. Everybody get ready. Everybody get ready. We should be giving all praises to the Most High YAHAWAH. Call her YAHWAH Ahchyam Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Everybody out there, be ready. Come on.
Babylon gon' burn, every nation about to
Babylon gon' burn.
Back everybody to their knees. Every nigga gon' bow. Boy, girl, child, y'all ain't coming in the clouds. Thousands of years, man, it's almost time now. The valley of the drought, we done came alive now. This for every nigga you done hung, every baby you done raped, everything that you done done. Ain't no way you gonna escape, ain't no way that you gon' run. You gon' see them face to face, but the hell Babylon, we came.
Man, we give all praises, SHALAWAM. We give all praises be to the Most High YAHAWAH. Once again, all praises be to the Most High YAHAWAH. And His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. The water for tuning in. If you have tuned in, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, share button. SHALAWAM to all the Ahchyms out there, all the Ahchwaths out there. Make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, share. Make sure you do that. We give all praises once again to the Most High YAHAWAH. Call Allah YAHWAH Ahchyam Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Hey, the water for tuning in again, man. We got a good lesson here. If you see the title, it's about the blood. That's what it's about today. It's all about the blood. SHALAWAM Mashkapah. Call Allah YAHWAH Ahchyam Mashiach Yahweh Shai. All praises. So once again, the water for tuning in, man. And you know me, I like to go dive right into the scriptures. I don't like to hold you. Let me share my screen. I want to present something to you first as we get ready to go into there. Let me show you this first so you can see this. Hopefully you see it on the screen. If it's being shared, yeah, it's being shared. Hopefully you can see this on the screen about the fair use, right? I want you to see this because some things that I'm going to show you right now, it has fair use to it. So I want you to see that so they can't try to copyright me or try to take my video down. So I wanted to show that it's fair use, right? So let me get in here and share my screen to what I want to show now, right here. We're going to dive right into it. You already know what it is. You see what it is. It's that spirit that's moving through. This is the plagues on Egypt, because what time is it? It's the time for the Passover. So I wanted to dive into some of these scriptures to kind of show you the things that happened to those people, the Egyptians, because they had the children of Israel in slavery. And this is one of the last plagues that's going on here. Is that evilness, that darkness is taking them spirits from all them Egyptians. Watch it. What does it say? After the plagues, all of Israel left Egypt and observed the first Passover. We give all praises to the Most High for putting in that work for us, doing that for us, right? Who we got in the chat? Let's see who we got in the chat. Call hello. The waterfall tuning in. Oh, they go to Brother Philip. Call hello. YAHAWAH. Shama Mashiach Yahushai. All praises to Brother Philip tuning in, man. Hope you have a good Passover. Hope you enjoy your Passover. Hope everything goes well for you on this beautiful Passover, man. Let me share my screen. And we're going to go into some scriptures, man. I wish you was here. You know, like I said, I wish you and the family the best. And enjoy your day. Enjoy your Sabbath day. Enjoy all the days that's coming as we give praise to the Most High YAHAWAH in this new year, man. All praises be to the Most High YAHAWAH. Let me share my screen so I can get a few scriptures real quick. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 10, and I want to start at verse 21. And it says, And YAHAWAH said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand towards the Shemayim, and there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards the heavens of the Shemayim, and there was thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days, not regular darkness, but thick darkness, right? Verse 23, they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. All of the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. But none of the Egyptians was able to do anything for 3 days. 3 whole days they rose and didn't do anything because that darkness was upon them. Verse 24, and Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, Go ye, serve YAHAWAH, only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. So now he's letting them go, but he's giving them, you could take this, you could take that, but you can't take this, right? And Moses said, Thou must give us all sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto YAHAWAH our Allah, right? Our cattle also shall go with us. So Moses said, we need to take our cattle. There shall not an hoof be left behind, for thereof must we take to serve YAHAWAH our Allah. And we know not with what we must serve YAHAWAH until we come thither. So what he's saying is that we don't know how we're going to serve the Most High YAHAWAH until we come to him. That's like a lot of people that are in the world and come into this truth. They don't know how they're going to serve the Most High. They have no idea what it's going to take to serve the Most High until they actually what? Come into the truth and try to serve him, and the things that it's going to take to give up in order to serve him. Verse 27, but YAHAWAH hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. He would not let the children of Israel go to serve the Most High YAHAWAH. I mean, think about the bondage of Egypt and what the children of Israel was enduring. It's the same thing today. You might say, how? Well, we're not in hard slavery, but we're in bondage of the mind. We cannot serve the Most High YAHAWAH the way we want to, or the way that you should. You can't serve him. And if you do serve him and you speak up, then people label you, or you get backlash, or you're called certain kind of names, and they put you in a box like a Bible thumper and all of these type of things. If you try to but if you stand up for the Most High YAHAWAH. But it says, but YAHAWAH hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from me, take heed to thyself, see my face no more, for in that day thou seest my face, thou shalt die. So that was a threat. That was a big threat. Verse 29, and Moses said, Thou hast spoken well. I will see thy face again no more. Because Moses knew what was going to come. Let's jump over chapter 11, right? Moses knew what was coming. And even though he spoke, Pharaoh, he didn't know what was coming. The last plague, right? The last plague. before the actual Passover, before the actual madness jumped off us, I would like to say. And Yahweh said unto Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, Jews and silver, or Salakia, Jews of silver, and Jews of gold. And Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man of Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, thus saith Yahweh, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt. So around midnight, this is when this all took place. And all of the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of the Pharaoh that sitteth upon the throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all of the firstborn of the beasts. Salakia. And there shall be a great cry throughout all of the land of Egypt, such that there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any, all praises to the Most High for this, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that Yahweh doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So there's a difference, no matter what people say in this world, there is a difference between the Egyptians and the children of Israel. And Yahweh said right here in Exodus 11:7 that he puts a difference. So Yahweh did it. The Creator did it. So anybody that has a problem with him having a difference with the children of Israel, anybody else, you are mad at your own Creator, which goes against the very word that you say you believe in. Verse 8, and all these servants shall come down unto me and bow down themselves unto me, saying, get thee out, and all of the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he will, Salakia, and he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Pharaoh should not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. Let's stop right there for a second and kind of, think about that for a second. The Most High Yahweh, he told Moses that Pharaoh would not hearken, or he would not listen unto him. But the reason he wouldn't hearken or listen is so that the Most High wonders may be multiplied. So the Most High can show his power. So the Most High can show who he is and who you should be bowing down to. So this is the reason why the Most High wouldn't allow for Pharaoh to hear or listen to what was being said, because he wanted to show his wonders and his powers. A lot of times, like for us as human beings down here on the earth, when you try to tell someone about the word and about the truth and they don't listen, but yet they continually looking at your life and how you're changing and how he's uplifting you, right? Being born again and those different things. So people can actually see the power of the Most High within inside you. That's why the Bible says, let your light so shine, right? Because other men will see that shine. Other men will see that light. But it's all through who? The Most High giving you that light, giving you that wisdom, giving you that knowledge. Verse 10, and Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. He wouldn't let the children of Israel go out of his land. He continued to fight against the Most High Yahweh. So here we are. Let's go to chapter 12. Everybody know the Passover, the lamb, right? In verse 12, Exodus 12, verse 1, and it says, And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year. So shalawam to all the Ahchwaths that are watching or may watch this. This is the beginning of the months. This is a new year for us. So shalawam to all the Ahchs, peace and blessings to you and your family. And may the Most High Yahweh barak you in all type of ways. You know, verse 3 says, Speak unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb of an house. And if the household be too little for a lamb, let him as his neighbor, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. The 14th day. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two sides of the post and on the upper door post of the house wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread. So we have to have unleavened bread on the Passover. We know that the Feast of Unleavened Bread is the very next day. But even on Passover, you must have unleavened bread, right? That night. And you must eat it roasted with fire and unleavened bread and bitter herbs. For those brothers and sisters, Ahchwaths who didn't know, you have to have bitter herbs. You can pick what bitter herb you want. Some brothers like to go, way out on bitter herbs, and some people like to do it just regular bitter herbs. So it's up to you. But as long as you have some type of bitter herbs, that's what's commanded of us. And it said, they shall eat of it. Verse 9, eat not of it raw, nor sudden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pureness thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth, Salaki, I'm a little bit under the weather, so forgive me. And that which remaineth of until the morning, ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, and your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yahweh's Passover. Whose Passover is it? It's Yahweh's Passover. So this is who we give honor, glory, and praise to, our Father Yahweh, because it is his Passover, right? Not ours, it is his. So we give praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. For he says, For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all their gods. So Egypt had gods that they were worshiping, deities. And the Most High says right here in 12 and 12, and against all his gods or Elohaims, deities of Egypt, it says, I will execute judgment. Now, is it talking about the man, or is it talking about the deities that they were serving, right? Those gods that they were giving honor and glory to and homage to. Those spiritual things that Paul speaks about in Ephesians chapter 6, 10 on down, when he says we wrestle against not flesh and blood, but principalities, right? We are wrestling against things that are unseen, but the Most High wrestles with everything. He takes care of everything. This is why he said, verse in verse 12, he's going to deal with the man, both man and beast, right? Which are here on earth. And he's going to deal with the spiritual thing because he said, and against all the gods of Egypt. So he's going to deal with that spiritual thing too. They're going to get judgment. They're not getting away. So that day, that night, Salakia, that night, it was a lot going on because the man, the beast, and the spiritual, as you would say, gods or those spiritual things in Egypt, he got executed judgment upon them. And it says, I am Yahawah. And the blood shall be to you for a token. The blood is a sign. It's a token upon the house where you are. That's why we put the blood on the door, because it's a token. It's a sign. Somebody said one time, why do you need to put the blood on the door? If he's the Most High, he's the creator, he's all knowing. Of course he knows you in the inside. Of course he does. But if the Most High tells you to do something, then you do it. Why? Because just what it said in verse 12, the Most High is not only dealing with man and beast, he's dealing with what? Other deities too. He's dealing with principalities. He's not dealing with just flesh and blood. And he's letting you notice here, Salakia, he's letting you notice here, right here. He's dealing with more than just flesh and blood, because man is flesh and blood and beast is flesh and blood. But he's dealing with spiritual things too. So you don't know what's going on in the spiritual realm. So if the Most High told you to put the blood on the door, just put the blood on the door. And then he tells you in verse 13, the blood shall be to you, not for him. He don't need it. It's for you, a token upon the house where you are. But you know, people, men, they always got something to say. He's the creator. He would know you was in there. That's why the Bible says that what the wise are taking in their own craftiness, because they think they're so wise and they don't know anything. Instead of listening to the creator that created them and is giving them life, a man gonna say something like, why do we need to put the blood on the door? Because the Most High said in Exodus chapter 12, verse 13, that is it a token. It's a sign upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, look at what it say. And when I see the blood. So the Most High is watching to see if you do what he asks you to do, to be an obedient servant. And he says, when I see the blood that you're covered in, because let's be honest, those children of Israel that was in Egypt, they were living in sin. A lot of them, they wasn't following the Most High no more. They had been there over 400 and something years in slavery. They wasn't serving the Most High as they should have. They wasn't keeping the Sabbath day. How do we know this? Because when they went into the wilderness, the Most High started to implement these things all over again. This is where we get the law from. And he started to tell them what they can and what they cannot do. And he told them, do not do the things that you did when you was in where? Egypt. And neither are you supposed to do the things in the land where I'm telling you to go right now, where I'm going to send you. I'm going to get that. So the children of Israel were living in sin. So in order for the Most High to cover them and not let this plague come upon them because they were in sin, because he had sent the death Malak, he told them to put the blood, which is representative of who? Our brother, Hamashiach Yahawah, to be covered in the blood. That's why it was a token. See how he's moving? The Most High is doing this now when they're in Egypt, but this is for all eternity. This is for all generations. This is for all of the time, all of the people that in the world that are covered under the blood. But most people just think right here is just for the children of Israel that's in Egypt. No, it's not. It's for those children of Israel at that time it was in Egypt, and it's for us today, thousands of 2,000-3,000 years later, when we still are covered under the blood. And it's still a token done to us, just as we do it in remembrance right now when we put the blood over the door and over the doorposts or the two doorposts. We still doing it. Why? To show that we covered under the blood, that it's a token unto us. That the Most High says, when I see the blood, I will pass over you. Right? He won't put that plague on you. It says, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you. And you wonder how you got out that situation that one night. You wonder how you got out that situation that one night when things happen. Right? Shalawam, Brother June. The water for tuning in. Shalawam, Brother June. You wonder how you got out that situation when you was in the city and them boys was behind you. Or things was happening to you just in your life. All of your situations that you went through in your life to where you at now, you wonder how you got out of those situations. Well, the Most High saved you. Because he could have sent that plague, he could have sent them people, he could have sent anything to destroy you, as it says right here. When I smite the land of Egypt, we're in Egypt again right now. Every Israelite out there in this world right now, 2025, we believe that we are in Egypt right now, in bondage right now. Because Egypt is with what, let's get that, what bondage is. Let's get that real quick. Exodus 20, right? Exodus 20 and 2. I am YAHAWAH, thy Allah, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of what? Bondage. So if we're in bondage right now, and as Israelites, we believe that we in bondage. We believe Deuteronomy 28. So we back in Egypt again. And if you don't want those plagues that he had put on Egypt, then be covered in the blood of Hamashiach Yahushua, right? This is what we have to be in. This is what we have to be under. This is how we have to live. Let's get some things in the New Testament, because I know, well, before I go to the New Testament, let me get a few things right here. Let me go Proverbs, Psalms. Let me go Psalms 119. I'm going to go Psalms 119. It's so much right here, to be honest. I'm jumping over stuff, I'm jumping over stuff right here. Psalms 119, 198. Though thou 98. Though through thy commandments haste has made me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation. What are his testimonies? The commandments. Verse 100. I understand more than the ancients. How is David saying that he understands more than the ancients? How is that possible? It says, because I keep thy precepts. That's what makes you wise. That's what makes you have wisdom, is keeping the precepts, keeping the commandments. I have refrained my feet from every evil way, that I might keep thy word. I have not departed from thy judgments, for thou hast taught me. How sweet are thy words unto my taste. Yeah, sweeter than honey to my mouth. And we know honey is one of the sweetest things, especially if you get that real honey. It's one of the sweetest things, right? Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. So we're supposed to hate every false way. Whatever way it is that's false, that's a lie. Even Isaiah said that in 8 and 20. If they speak not to the testimony, then there is no what? Light in there. We're going to get that. Just hold on. Just hold on. Give me 1 minute. Psalms 119 and 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding. The precepts is commandments. Therefore I hate every false way. Verse 105, that's what I wanted. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So if you want light in this world of darkness, then what do you need to do? You need to find the word. Who is the word? Hamashiach Yahawashi. We read that in the book of John. It says, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with the Most High, and the word was Elohim. And who was the word? Hamashiach Yahawashi, right? That's who the word is. Hamashiach Yahawashi. The water for all of the brethren tuning in, all the Ahchwaths tuning in. Like I say, forgive me, I'm a little under the weather, but we gonna fight through it. You know, as always, Hasatan try to keep us down, but we gonna fight through it as long as the Most High continue to give us the strength, right? This is Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 20. And it says, my son, we are the Most High's children, right? When he came to Pharaoh, that whole first thing started, when he came to Pharaoh, what did Moses say? Moses said, let my son go, right? That they may serve me, Salakia, that they may serve me. So we are the Most High children. Keep thy father's commandments and forsake not thy law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thy heart and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. So the commandments will lead thee. Wherever you go, it said, where thou goest, it shall lead you. Where you sleepeth, it shall keep thee. Meaning it's going to guard you when you sleep. You protected even when you sleep. You protected. Not many people are protected when they sleep, but you guarded even when you sleep. By who are you guarded by? Through the Most High, through his malaks, through his angels, if you don't know what malakim mean or malaks mean. And when thou awake, it shall talk with thee. What shall talk with thee? The spirit, the rakah, that thing that you hear in your head all the time. And if you walking in the spirit, and if you walking in the truth, then it shouldn't be an evil talk. It should be a righteous talk. And if any type of evil thought pops in your head, you should be wise enough and have enough understanding to know that that didn't come from the Most High. That came from that evil source. And what do? We knock that down right away. We get that out of our system right away. And we give praises to the Most High. And we allow for that not to come back into us. As soon as that come into us, we rebuke it. Verse 23, for the commandment is a lamp. Okay, everybody know what a lamp is. When you go in a house and it's dark, the first thing you're looking for is that light switch on the wall or a lamp, right? So you can turn the light on. And the law is the light. So what is the light? The law. So you need the law, which is the light of the world, to be able to see in the world that we live in this world that we live in, on this planet Earth, to what? Live in a righteous manner. And it says, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life. So we should be reproving each other, one another. It's nothing wrong with a brother telling another brother or another Ak, hey, Ak, you know, you going off a little bit. Or, hey, Ak, you know, you shouldn't, you know, I know you didn't really know, you just coming into the truth, you know, but you can't eat pork no more. You know, or you can't eat some ox, they know about pork, but they don't know about mussels or clams. You know, they say, I know about the pork, but nobody never told me I couldn't eat clams or mussels, you know, or rabbit, things like that. Because see, most people just speak on the pork. But you got to go read that whole thing in Leviticus 11 because it goes into detail about everything, you know, from the hoof, from the fish or what's in the water, to the eagles, to the owl, to every creepy thing, you know, roaches, tarantulas, what we can eat and what we can't eat. But what I'm saying is some ox might not know that, or some aquas might not know that. So if they don't know that, then we have to reprove, we have to let them know. give them the instructions, because you might be educated on that. So you give them that instructions, and that's just the way of life. To build one another. It's not to tear one another down. It's to build one another up. Build the brotherhood up. That's why it says what? In verse 24, to keep thee from the evil woman. I know a lot of people think it's talking. Yeah, it is talking about just a woman, but in a spiritual sense, it's talking about what? What woman is it talking about? It's talking about the woman that sit on the beast with the cup in her hand, with all of the abominations, where everybody want to be, from the flattery of the tongue of who? That strange woman. That's why it says, lust not after her beauty in thy heart. It's not only talking about the beauty of a woman, it's talking about all of the stuff that's in the world that you lust after over. Cars, houses, money, you know, how you look, vanity stuff. Whatever it is that you lust after in this world, I don't know. But whatever it is, this is what it's talking about. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to what? A piece of bread. And an adulterous woman will hunt for precious life. Why is it a precious life? Because the Most High may have counted you worthy to receive this knowledge, to receive the knowledge of the Most High. For one verse says what? Many are called, but few are chosen. So you may have been called, but see, you was dealing with this whorish woman in this world, going away after vanity, and now you don't lost your precious life, you know? So we got to be careful, man. We got to be careful, you know? Come on, Brother June. Come on. I mean, all praises, man. Happy prep day for the Sabbath. Everybody prepping for the Sabbath. Come on. But, you know, it's real out here, man. Let's jump to some of this New Testament, like I said we was going to do. You know, let's see what Hamashiach Yahawashi said. Once again, the waterfall of Ox tuning in. All the Aquas tuning in. It will tune in on this beautiful day. The water, so much. Let's go down here. Yahawashi is the light of the world, right? All in the Torah, all in the prophets, all in the writings, all through the Tanakh is telling you about the light, right? And then right here, when we get to the New Testament, because of the blood that we covered in, it says Yahawashi is the light of the world. So we need to take hold of this light. And who is it through? It's through Yahawashi Hamashiach. Verse 12 says, then spake Yahawashi unto them, saying, I am the light of the world, and he that follow me shall not walk in what? Darkness. So all you have to do is follow him. And everything that he said is what the Father told him to say. And we're going to get that. Give me 1 second. He didn't speak nothing of himself, right? He said, I could do nothing of myself. I'm going to get that real quick. Just hold on. He that follows me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have light of life. He shall have light of life. The Pharisees therefore said unto him, thou bearest record of thyself. Thy record is not true. Yahawashi answered and said unto them, though I bear record of myself, yet my record is true. For I know whence I came and whither I go. But ye cannot tell whence I come or whither I go. Ye judge after the flesh. See, men judge after the flesh. I'm so thankful that I have a father, and not only a father, but a brother who is merciful and shows compassion and does not judge after the flesh, because if we were judged just only after the flesh, we would all be condemned. But he made a way that he says, if you turn back and you repent and you confess your sins, I shall be faithful and just to forgive you of your sins. All praises be to the Father for that. So in verse 15, it says right here, ye judge after the flesh. I judge no man. And yet if I judge, my judgment is true. For I am not alone, but I and the Father that sent me. So who sent Hamashiach Yahushua? The Father. And then he says right here, to hit him one in the gut. You know how Hamashiach Yahushua did. He hit him one time in the gut punch. Bow. It is also written in your law. Look how he hit him with that. It's written in your law. Why? Because Hamashiach Yahushua is above the law. Yes, he is. If you didn't know that, yes, he is. He's above the law. The law was given to the children of Israel, right? And Hamashiach Yahushua is above the law. Like he says, he gave the Sabbath to us. And he is what? Master of the Sabbath. So if you master of something, then you are over it. You have mastered it, right? This is why he was able to come and walk upon the earth and what? Not fall victim of sin, because he had mastered the law. He knows the law. He's above the law. Only a man that's above the law can master it and not be in it, a part of it. This is what the whole thing with Paul is saying. That don't be a slave to your sin anymore, right? Don't let sin have control over your members. Master that and walk in the spirit, and then you won't be under the law. That's why people can't understand what Paul is saying. That's why I tell people, listen, put Paul writings down, because a lot of y'all don't understand what Paul is saying. That's the same thing Peter said in 1 Peter. He said, listen, when you read Paul, it's very, if you're not a learned person, you will be all confused in what Paul is saying. But Paul is not saying we don't need the law. Paul was saying if you walk in the spirit, you stay in the spirit, you can master the law, and then you're not under the law because you're not doing sin. You're not doing anything against the law, as Hamashiach Yahushua did. Anyway, it is also written in your law, as he said, that the testimony of two men is true. And he says right here in 18, I am one that bear witness, and the Father that sent me bear witness of me. Then said Yahushua unto him, where is thy Father? Salakia says, then said they unto him, where is thy Father? Yahushua answered, ye neither know me nor my Father. If you had known me, you should have known my Father also. And that's a lot of people out here today. I'm sorry to say, a lot of people out here today, they claim that they walking with Hamashiach Yahushua. They claim that they walking with the Father, but that's so untrue. That's so untrue. Salakia, 1 second. Like I said, that's so untrue. They not really walking with the Most High. They not really walking with Hamashiach Yahushua. Verse 20 said, these words spake Yahushua in the treasury, as he taught in the temple, and no man laid hands on him, for his hour was not yet come. See, he always stayed bold because he believed and he knew where he came from, and he understood the Father's word. Let me get this real quick, John, because I said I was going to bring it out. John chapter 5, right? Let me get this first. I'm gonna jump to 19 real quick, and then I'm gonna jump down. It says, then answered Yahushua and said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he see the Father do. For what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise. So the Son, Hamashiach Yahushua, only do what the Father do. Verse 20, for the Father loveth the Son, and showeth him all things that in himself do it, and he will show him greater works than these, that ye may marvel. Let me jump down to verse 30, because this is where I wanted to get to show you what he said. John 5 and 30. I can of myself, Salakia, I can of my own self do nothing. So Hamashiach Yahushua cannot do anything on his own, right? And I know the Christian out there, the person that believes in Jesus Christ, they just think he's just, the ultimate. They say that God of the Old Testament. I am so glad that Christ came, that God of the Old Testament, he was horrible. But now Christ came, he just loves everybody. He's just love. Listen, that's because they don't know who Hamashiach is. They don't know the anointed Savior. They really don't. Because in John 5, chapter 30, he says, I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge. Who is he hearing from? The Father. So that one that they speak about in the Old Testament that they say that they can't stand, he is the one that Hamashiach, Christ, is listening to when he says, as I hear, I judge. So he's judging the same way as those Christians. They say they hate that God of the Old Testament. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that Hamashiach Yahawashi, who the world calls Jesus Christ, he's judging the same way as you would call that God or Elohim or whatever term you want to use in the Old Testament. And for those brothers who know the Elohim or the Allah, however you want to say it in the Hebrew, and the second part of this says, and my judgment is just, meaning it's righteous, because I seek not my own will, but the will of the Father which have sent me. So it's telling you that Hamashiach Yahawashi is not doing nothing on his own. He's not doing nothing on his own. But yet, when you walk with him, he is the light of the world, and we're covered under his blood. See, a lot of people don't read the Old Testament. And this is why they don't have no understanding. But for those Israelites who read the Old Testament, those Israelites who research and study, and y'all know what I'm talking about out there. Deuteronomy 18, when that prophet was sent, and the Most High said, I'm going to put my words in his mouth, and he's going to raise up a prophet among who? His brethren, right? Let me get that real quick, and then we'll move on, and then I'll come right back to the new. Just for the ones, just for edification for those out there that may watch this at a later time who don't know. Right? Deuteronomy 18 and 18. I will raise them up a prophet among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words, Salaki, I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. All that I shall command him. So the words that Hamashiach Yahawashi spoke to us, or the children of Israel at that time when he came, was what the Most High Yahweh commanded him to say. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken, meaning listen, unto my words. Notice he said my words, not his words, but my words, which he shall speak in my name. That's why his name is Yahawashi. He came in the Father's name, Yahweh. The Most High Yahweh says, I will require it of him. So this is Deuteronomy 18 and 18 and verse 19, right? Now, I'm going to show you in the New Testament where Christ, Hamashiach Yahawashi, refers back to this to show you that he came to speak what the Father had commanded him to. Let's show it to him. John chapter 12. I'm going to jump right to the meat of it. I'm not going to hold you, right? I was going to go straight to 49, but I'm going to start at 44, right? Start at 44. John chapter 12, verse 44. Yahawashi cried and said, he that believeth on me, believeth not on me, but on him that sent me. We just read Deuteronomy 18, and we know someone was going to be sent. That prophet was going to be sent with the words of who? The Most High. So who is Yahawashi referring to? Who sent him? The Father, Yahweh, right? Or Abba. Verse 45, and he that seeth me, seeth him that sent me. Why? Because he's the image, the express image of him, the embodiment of the Most High. And we know that the Most High is not vain and with vanity and full of things like that. So it's not talking about how he looks as a man. Oh, is he gorgeous? Is he handsome? What type of hair does he have? What type of build does he have? Is he 6'2" or is he 5'11"? You know, does he have dark skin or a caramel complexion? Or his lips big? That's not what it's talking about. But he is the image, the embodiment of the Most High. He wasn't laughing. He wasn't joking around. He came here to bring a word, the commandments of the Most High. And like he said, when I judge, it's not me that judges. It's the Most High. It's his Father. As he judges, he said, I listen, I hear. Verse 46. Salakia, forgive me if I get a little riled up. This is the spirit, but I know I got to stay calm so we can get this message out. So Salakia. Verse 46. He says, I came a light into the world. We already ran over that many a times, right? He came a light into the world, that whosoever believeth on me should not abide where? In darkness. Once again, you're not in darkness. All the way back to Psalms 119, 105, Proverbs, and so many other ones, right? Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20, so many other ones, right? All the way back to Adam that was put in the garden. Somebody might say, well, wait a minute now, that's Adam was in the garden. What you talking about light? Well, when you read Genesis, it says Adam was put in the garden to dress it and to keep it, to guard it. And he was given a commandment not to what? Eat from the tree of what? Knowledge. What knowledge was that? Good and evil. What is evil? Evil is unrighteousness and darkness, right? So right now we have knowledge of what? Darkness, unrighteousness, and good. But how do we know what's good? Because our perception or our discernment is off. So we need a measuring stick, because if you live in this world, somebody might say, hey, they say it's good to be a homosexual, to be a lesbian, to be with a 12-year-old, to love a tree, or a furry, whatever those things is. They crawling around on the ground. People say that that's good. So how do we know what's good and what's not good or what's bad? Well, we take the word of the Most High and we use that as our measuring stick, because he gave us what? Commandments, and he gave us a law. So all we have to do is think about what it says in Proverbs. Hold on, we're going to come right back to this. Let me get this. We're going to come right back to this. I'm sorry to jump, but we're going to come right back to that. Proverbs chapter 3. And it says, trust in Yahawah with all thy heart, verse 5. And it says, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Why? Because when we as humans lean to our own understanding, we go off. We go off. But if we trust in the Most High Yahawah, and it says when you trust in him, then you what? You will do the things that are well pleasing to him, and you will be filled with what? The law. So if you trust in him, you're going to do the things that are pleasing to him, and you will be filled with the law, meaning you will not be leaning to your own understanding. So you won't go off. Verse 6 says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. No matter how much wisdom, knowledge you think you have, don't be wise in your own eyes. Be humble and just fear the Most High Yahawah and depart from evil. What is evil? Unrighteousness. That's what evil is. Anything that goes against the Most High word, which would be transgression against his law, which would be a sin, right? Let's jump back over to John. So I just wanted to show that about the darkness, that Hamashiach Yahawashi says you will not abide in what? Darkness. Verse 47. And if any man hear my words and believe them not, I judge him not. Yahawashi said, I'm not going to judge him. If he doesn't listen to me, if he doesn't want to listen to the word that I come to bring, then I won't judge him. For I came not to judge the world, but to save the world. He that rejected me and receiveth not my words, have one that judges him. Who's going to judge that man who don't receive the words of Hamashiach Yahawashi? The Father. The Father. Abba Nawa Yahawah. Call Halal Yahawah. He's going to judge. The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last day. Now, how do we know who's going to judge him? Because I already read to you back in Deuteronomy 18 and 19, where he says, if you do not hearken to the prophet that I send, when I put my words in his mouth, it says, I will require it of you. And even Hamashiach Yahawashi right here in John 12, is reaffirming that in Deuteronomy. That's why he said, I won't judge you. I'm not going to judge you. But the one who gave me the word to speak, that I have spoken unto you, that's who's going to judge you. And it's the Father. And he reaffirms it right here in 49, for he says, for I have not spoken of myself, but the Father which sent me. He gave me a commandment, what I should say and what I should speak. So the only thing Hamashiach Yahawashi said and spoke to any people, or all the people or children of Israel, was what the Father Yahweh commanded him. And I know that this commandment is life everlasting. Whatsoever I speak, therefore, even as the Father said unto me, so I speak. I mean, this is deep. This is really deep. You know, Khan, the water, Khan, wifey, Khan, LOL, Khan. And once again, the waterfall, the Ahchyam tuning in, the Ahchwaths tuning in, you know, all praises be to the Most High Yahawah, you know, through his beloved son, Yahawashi, Brother June, you know. And it's important, man, you know, that we go into these scriptures like this, because a lot of people are being misled when you got to be covered under this blood, you know. And this is why I started this off in the book of Exodus. It's so important that we know that that same blood that the children of Israel was covered under when they were in Egypt and they was getting ready to come out, it's the same blood that we covered under right now. The same blood, you know. But a lot of people don't understand that. Let me get a few more real quick. Let me share my screen one more time. If I can, I'm gonna go to the book of Baruch, right? This is the 1611, as you can see right here on the screen, 1611 King James Bible. For those that may be tuning in, if you do not have a 1611 King James Bible, please get you one. If you don't have one or you can't afford one, please contact me. I believe my thing is still running across the screen. Let me check and see real quick. Yeah, it is. So email me, let me know, and I'll see what I could do to help you get one through the spirit. We'll get you one. It's important that you have one, right? This is chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High. So when a person has a holy Bible, right? And I'm not talking about just this New Testament that people, I didn't even know they did that, where they only sell the New Testament of the Bible. That's crazy. Like, how can you understand anything if you only have the New Testament? But when you have a complete Bible, it says that Bible is the book of the commandments. So when you have a Bible, you should realize that that book that you're holding is the book of the commandments, or the book of the law, right? Because commandments are laws, right? And it says, and the law that endureth forever. How long does the law endure? Forever. I know it was given to the children of Israel in the wilderness. And I know today in 2025, and have been since, the 19 or the 1800s, whenever they started pushing this forward, but I know really, for our people, when we came out of slavery, that they pushed it on us a lot, that the laws and the commandments were done away with. Because before that, we kept them, And it says, this law endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. So if you keep the laws of the Most High, and once again, let me reiterate this for a Christian that may happen to watch this. I am not saying if you keep the law of the Most High, that keeping the law will save you. If you look on the thumbnail, this is why it says the blood, right? And I'm glad I brought that up, because I want to go to Acts real quick to show it's only one name that will save you, and that's Hamashiach Yahawashi, right? Christ, Hamashiach, the Savior, the anointed one, the one that was smeared with oil, the one that was sent with the words of the Most High, right? The one that was prophesied in the Torah. And it says, all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So if you leave the commandments, if you leave the book of the law, The Bible is saying that you will die. Of course, it's not talking about a physical death. It's talking about that spiritual death. Because everybody that's born on earth through a womb of a woman is going to die. But this right here is talking about a spiritual death. It says in verse 2, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Grab it. Take hold of it like you want it. Grab hold of it, Jacob. Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, YAHAWAH, Issachar, Asher, Naphtali. Take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof. How do you walk in the presence of the light? The light, who is the light? The Most High, YAHAWAH. It says there's no darkness in him. So how do you walk in the presence of the light if there is no darkness? We need to know what light is. Well, we read it earlier. Psalms 119, 105. Thy word is what? A lamp unto my feet, and thy law or the commandments is a light. So it's saying walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou may be illuminated. So if you keeping the commandments, if you walking in the commandments, keeping the law, then you will be what? Illuminated. And then you will shine. And you will have that light. Verse 3, it says, give not thy honor to another. Give not thy honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. To a strange nation. Somebody might say, well, how does all of these other nations have our word? Well, they stole it. They stole it. I mean, if you didn't know, you know now. They stole it from us. And I mean, you can read that in the book of Maccabees. And I mean, just look at history. They stole it. And they took it. And they started to paint pictures of, these people that we see today. And they say it's their word. And they're Gentiles. And they can be grafted in. And, they're going to be saved. And like I say, they stole it. This is why it says right here in the book of Baruch, chapter 4, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it, and walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou might be illuminated. And then in verse 3, it tells what? If he wanted everybody to have it, why does it say right here? If you don't know who Baruch is, that was Jeremiah's scribe, right? So why does he say, give not thy honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto a strange nation? So somebody might say, well, it's not talking about the word of the Most High. It's not talking about the word of God. It's not. Let's read verse 4. O Israel, happy are we. Who is happy? Israel. For the things that are pleasing to the Most High YAHAWAH are made known unto us. So he makes it very clear in verse 4 that the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, they're happy. Why? For the things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. That's why. SHALAWAM, my lot. 144,000, all praises. In the household. I appreciate that, brother. Call Halal YAHAWAH Shama Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Yeah. So those things that are written in the book of the commandments, right? The book of the law, were for the children of who? Israel. And it tells us not to give it to who? A strange nation. And he lets us know right here, it goes into more detail. Be of good cheer, my people. The memorial of Israel, the remembrance of Israel. Ye were sold to the nations. Uh-oh. This is why I said earlier that we are in the bondage all over again. We are in Egypt all over again when we read Exodus 20:2 earlier, right? This is why I said we still covered under that blood, the same blood that you put on the doorpost that night when the children of Israel from the Passover through Hamashiach Yahawashi, we still covered under that same blood. And we know that the children of Israel went off. But he's going to let us know right here that you were sold to the nations, to the heathens. Not for your destruction, no. You brought here to the Americas, Brazil, Colombia, right? All these different places, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Trinidad. All of our brothers is everywhere. Belize, Congo, the four corners of the earth. It says you were sold to the heathens or the nations, not for your destruction, but because you were moved, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto who? Your enemies. For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto who? Devils, and not unto the Most High. You got to remember that. And I know somebody right here might say, well, that says nations. That doesn't say heathen. Well, let me get this real quick in the book of Tobit. One of my favorite go-tos. Book of Tobit, chapter 13, real quick. That's why I say if you don't have a King James 1611, go get you one. Right? Verse 3, it says, confess him before who? The Gentiles. Gentiles is better known as what? Heathens. So confess him before who? The Gentiles or the heathen. Ye children of Israel, for he have scattered you among them. Who were the children of Israel scattered among? Gentiles. What are Gentiles known as? Heathens. So the children of Israel were scattered among these Gentiles and among these heathens. And this is why we have to go confess him before these heathens or these Gentiles. It says there, verse 4, there declare his greatness and extol him before all the living, for he is our YAHAWAH, and he is our Allah, our Father forever. Don't get tripped out when I say Allah. I'm still talking about the Most High of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Allah just means power, and Ahchyam, or in a modern day, people say Elohim just mean powers, okay? Just go to Hebrew. Verse 5, and he will scourge us for our iniquities, sins, lawlessness, and he will have mercy again and will gather us out of all nations. Why? Because we everywhere. Like I just said, Brazil, Trinidad, right? Colombia, Venezuela, America, Africa. We're everywhere. And he's going to gather us out of all nations among whom he has scattered us. If ye turn to him with your whole heart. So how do we have to do it, Israel? We have to turn to the Most High YAHAWAH with our whole heart and with your whole mind and deal uprightly before him. Then will he turn unto you and will not hide his face from you. Therefore, see what he will do with you and confess him, and confess him with your whole mouth. With your whole mouth, confess him. Confess the Most High YAHAWAH. Call YAHAWAH Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahawashi. Confess him in front of the Gentiles, in front of the heathen, wherever you go in this world, confess him. That's what it tells us. And praise YAHAWAH of might and extol the everlasting King in the land. Where are we supposed to do this? Where are we supposed to do this, children of Israel? It says, in the land of my captivity, in the land where my people were slaves or are slaves in captivity. Do I praise him and declare his might and majesty to a sinful nation? There's not a more sinful place than America. That's a sinful nation. Sinful nation. It says, O ye sinners, turn and do justice before him. Who can tell if he will accept you and have mercy on you? I will extol him. Asalaki, extol my Elohayam, and my soul shall praise the King of the Shemayim, and shall rejoice in his greatness. Let all men speak, and let all praise him for his righteousness. I'll stop right there because I can keep going, right? I can keep, we can go all night long, right? We can go all night long. But hopefully, like I say, this was edifying. Once again, the water for tuning in. The water wifey, SHALAWAM, all praises. The water for the, like I say, for the Ahchyam tuning in, man. And I'm not going to hold you guys any longer, but hopefully this was edifying for you. Let me get one more if I close out, if I may. For those who I got a couple people still in here. Let me see. Let me get one more before I close out. Speaking about my brother Hamashiach Yahawashi, right? He deserve a couple more, right? John 10. And it says right here, but he that enter in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep, right? Who is the shepherd? Hamashiach Yahawashi. Hamashiach Yahawashi is the what? Is the door. He's a good shepherd. He's our shepherd. It says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. Notice he says, I am the door. He is the door. When the children of Israel were where? In Egypt, they were told to do what? Go inside their home and close the door, right? But before they closed the door for the night, because they were told to stay in there, they said what? The Most High told them put some blood on the 2 doorposts and above the house, or not above the door, Salaki, not above the house, but above the door. Notice it kept referencing the door. And then right here in John, it says that I am the door. Yahawashi says, by me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. Meaning what? You shall be covered. How will you be saved? Because you're covered. And shall go in and out. Somebody might say, well, it don't say that. It do not say that you're going to be covered. It say you shall be saved. You always got to show people. That's why it's important for you to read the Bible. This is my last verse before I close out, right? Hamashiach judgment, right? Hebrews 10:26. It says, for if we sin willfully after that we have received the knowledge of truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour their adversaries. He that despises Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. How much sore punishment suppose ye, watch this, shall he be thought worthy? Once again, you were thought worthy, who have trodden under the foot the Son of the Most High, and have counted the what? What did they count? The blood of the covenant. The same blood that was over there in Egypt that they put on the door. The same blood. The same blood that was on the door of those people's house there that said it was a token, a sign. It's the same blood. He have counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he had was Salakia, wherewith he was sanctified, right? You were set apart. That's what sanctified means, to be set apart. An unholy thing, and have done despite unto the spirit of grace. For we know him that saith, for we know him that have said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith Yahweh. And again, Yahweh shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living Allah. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna get ready to close out. Hopefully, it was, like I said, it was edifying for you. Hopefully it was edifying. Let me see. Shalawam, brother. Khan. Shalom to the wifey. Okay, yeah, man. Hopefully it was edifying, and remember, we under that blood. Remember the same blood that was in Egypt, the same blood that was used is the same blood we under. Just as Hamashiach did it then, Hamashiach Yahawashi is doing it now. And we give all praises to the Father for allowing him to be there and do that. So we give praises, honor, and glory to our Abba Yahawah, called Halal Yahawah by Shema Mashiach Yahawashi. I want everybody to make sure they enjoy their Sabbath. If you're doing Passover, enjoy your Passover. If you're doing the Feast of Unleavened Bread, make sure you forgive me. You enjoy the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Like I say, I'm a little under the weather, so forgive me if I don't sound right. But make sure you enjoy all that, man. This is the great time. The feast days is here. The feast days for those that are coming. Just make sure you enjoy, give praises to our Father, and just celebrate and enjoy everything. I'll be back on soon. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share. And with that, I say SHALAWAM and call Halal Yahawah by Shema Mashiach Yahawashi. Kwam Yasharala.